Hey, I want to take some time today to talk about a topic that is always quite divisive in the gun community. Now, before I actually talk about the topic, I kind of want to set the stage here. Everyone knows that I have been pushing people to get out of your house, show up, be present, be counted. It matters that you show up at gun rallies, marches, etc. in person. But politicians don't care if they get 10,000 letters today. If there's a gun rally tomorrow and they see 50 people show up, well, then they say to themselves, only 50 of those people were actually willing to get in their car and go somewhere. The others were just willing to sit in their lounge chair and fill out a form letter. Those people aren't very likely to vote. It's these 50 people that I'm worried about voting, and I think I can handle 50 people voting against me. Had them tell me that to my face, so I know that's true. So I've been pushing the fact that you have to show up, we need to show our numbers. And form letters generated from the internet don't show numbers. They just show some people know how to make form letters. So what we need to do is be present. And when I was making this point at a meeting the other night about 1639 and our battle against it, some people said, yeah, but another thing we need to do other than show up is we need to get rid of these people that show up with AKs and ARs on their shoulder. And whereas I do agree that those are not my favorite people at the rally, I don't want to get rid of them. I do want them to stop putting their barrels in my faces as they're walking around with their guns slung low. But I'm not really worried about not making them be there anymore. I don't want to stop them from being there. I don't want to delete them. I want to dilute them. Because if you've got a problem with them, well, then maybe you should make sure they're not the ones out there being the only representation of gun people. If there's 3 guys with AKs strung over their shoulders in a field and they're the only 3 or they're 3 of 5, well then yeah, they make a big statement. But if there's 3, 5, a dozen of them in the middle of a group of 1,000 people, they don't make so much of a statement anymore, do they? I don't want to delete anyone from showing up at rallies, as long as they are legal and law-abiding while they're there. In fact, I think the whole point of, hey, these guys have got ARs strung on their shoulders and there's 24 of them here and no one gets hurt at the gun rallies while they're there. So I think there's a positive side to it. But like I said, I still don't think it's the best image to put forward to a lot of people that are iffy about gun rights, because I recognize the dangers of optics and a lot of people don't think things through. But like I said, I don't want to stop anyone from coming. I want them to come. But I want everyone else to come too. Because you know what? If there's 1,000 of us standing there, and there's so many of us doing so many different things, then they can't look out there and go, oh yeah, there's those gun guys, they're all like that. They all want to carry AKs around. Or there's those gun guys, they're all like that. They all carry Colt revolvers. I don't know. There'll be so many different people doing so many different things, no one will be able to do that. They won't be able to label us. All they'll be able to do when they drive past that field is see a big crowd. And because, like I said, there's so many of us there, we're such a diverse group, and yeah, some people will carry AKs. But you can tell by the way the reaction it elicits on the internet when you mention it that it isn't going to be the vast majority of people. 95% of people aren't going to, because they don't agree with it. But the 5 people who do agree with it, even though I don't agree with them, I still agree with their right to do it, because the Second Amendment is very broad, and they're not breaking any laws. And in fact, like I said, they're definitely not breaking any laws. They're there, they're visible, no one's getting hurt. So they're kind of making their point. So like I said, we don't need to delete anybody. We need to dilute them, especially the ones carrying the AK47s. If you don't like it, just dilute it to where there's so many of us there that they don't get a lot of recognition. That way, when people drive by or politicians look out their window, they don't only go, wow, that's a lot of people. But there's so many of us, we're so diverse, we're from so many different groups that they can't say anything like those people are this or those people are that. The only thing they can say is, wow, that's a lot of people that all support the Second Amendment. Oops.
Go ahead. It's a lady at 46 South Road. 46 South Road.
Greenfield. Station 1 call, 3 tone that please. 10-4. Captain 4 to go to that location also. This is 1-9, is that correct?